Good Haventang, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. And we made a deck, I thought it was solid, and we just crushed some faces in the first couple of games, so let's hope that continues. I do have work in 1 hour, so this will probably be a 3-parter, unless I lose horribly in the next few games. I doubt it, though. I really would be shocked if this deck ended up doing badly or didn't make it to 7. This seems just like a really high concentration of quality cards, good curve, good spells, means everything. We got characters. I actually played against a character, a rogue, in my last run who had, you know, characters. And I decided that her name was probably Dick Fizzle. Don't know what this paladin is. That doesn't actually look like Chinese. Is that Korean? I honestly feel very embarrassed by how little I know of characterization for Asian alphabets. Let's assume that this person's name is Butt Gargler. Okay, do we coin into a card here? I mean, I think so. I think it's worth it to make a Novice Engineer. Draw a card. If it makes a recruit, I can kill it with the Novice Engineer. You know, that was a mistake. I should have just played Fairy Dragon. What was I thinking? I should have just played Fairy Dragon so it could kill his 2-drop. That would have been a whole lot smarter. So, if I played Fairy Dragon, I could be killing this. Now I have to use the Frost Nova instead. Well, that was a bit silly of me. I don't know what I was doing. Mana Worm arrives 1 top deck too late. Alas. Why did I play the Novice Engineer? That was so silly. Well, anyway, I wouldn't have seen this Mana Worm if I hadn't drawn a card, so whatever. Luckily, he just plays a Recruit and nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. Good. Okay, great. Now, Mana Worm and Fairy Dragon or Razor Van Hunter? I'm going to do the Mana Worm and the Fairy Dragon. My reasoning is he's going to want to kill this because people tend to freak out about Mana Worms. So that would be his whole turn, playing True Silver Champion or Hammer of Wrath, killing the Mana Worm, and then I feel like the tempo is worth the loss. Got a Mad Bomber. As long as it doesn't kill my Fairy Dragon, I'll be happy. Oh my god. Woo. That would have killed the Fairy Dragon. Let me tell you, I would have been an unhappy camper. Now, what we can do here is play the Stormwind Knight, kill the Mad Bomber, kill the Recruit. You know, do you guys see what the problem with that is? Yes, if you answered, it opens me up wide open to Consecration. Ding, 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 give yourself 10 points. So what we're going to do instead is we're not going to be greedy. We're just going to do this. And I'm actually going to do it like this. I'm going to kill the Recruit with the Knight. So I deal 1 less damage to the face, but I'm keeping everything above 2 health around Consecration. So finally, after making that mistake many times, I'm trying to look ahead of my trades so that I don't play into Consecration. This is actually a really strong card here. No denying that. Got a bevy of 3-drops. I can play this, but that A dies to Consecration. B, he's almost certainly got a True Silver Champion, so I don't really want to throw that away. I think the Scarlet Crusader is my move. Scarlet Crusader is a dog. Because now if he uses this to kill the Mana Worm, the Scarlet Crusader can pop, ping, and then I still can play a 3-drop. Either this for more board presence, or this to maybe kill something depending on what he did. Alright, this guy has a really high curve deck. He's actually choosing to kill that, which makes sense because my Scarlet Crusader is frozen, so why not? Should I Fireball here? I think we Fireball here. This is really important because what this does is it lets me kill that, the Mana Worm gets buffed, and I can actually kill that. We've got 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. Unfortunately, my cards are 3-drops. Luckily, this does mean that the big cards I do have are still coming up. But it's a tight call here. I'm not sure I actually have the advantage of that, especially with this. This is so annoying to deal with. That 4 health is a killer. Oh god, he has nothing but quality. No, stop playing good cards. Balls. Do I play this? We play this. Play that card, man. Lame Strike. Well, let's keep it simple, keep it safe. We'll do that. Pop. Pop the damage golem. And then now he's going to use the Noble Commander to kill my Scarlet Crusader, but then I can ping it with my overpowered hero ability and still play a couple of 3-drops. Now he played a 5-drop, a 6-drop, and then Gnomish Inventor, so I think he's out of big cards, unless one of his last 2 draws was a big card. So it's possible I'll get a little bit of a reprieve here.
Follow the rule.
Or he'll play it. Well, that's a reprieve, I'd say. So I'm okay with that. Blessing of Might. Okay, so I'm going to kill my spell damage.
Not on
Play Divine Shield. Is it time to flame strike here? I don't actually think it's time to flame strike. I think it's actually time for a frost nova. This is the time because look, we get to frost nova here, freeze his team, hit him in the face. Now I can play mirror energy to stop him from playing big drops, but he hasn't had anything big for a while, so I don't think he's actually going to do anything big. We're going to do this.
Mess with Tusker.
Play the Uzu, but I keep on saving it for a true silver champion. I think what I'm going to do actually is ping the recruit. Now the reason I'm pinging the recruit, it depends on how good this person is. It might make him think I don't have a flame strike. Because if I had a flame strike, wouldn't I want to ping off the divine shield? So he might calculate, if he's a strong player, that I don't have a flame strike because I pinged the target that I wouldn't have pinged if I had a flame strike, and then maybe I'll get off scot-free. He's actually going to silence something to get rid of the freeze, which allows him to trade a minion off before it dies to flame strike, which is quite strong. There's a Frost Wolf Warlord, which is very annoying because that does not die to flame strike, obviously. Alright, well, this is ugly. We committed to our plan here of faking out the flame strike. In the face, it's going to hit me for 9 damage. Now, I can kill this with the Argent Commander ping, and I'm a little bit ahead on cards, but only a little. I could be in a lot of trouble here if he does good stuff to this guy. So Recruit is not a big problem. I don't care about that too much. Dark Iron Dwarf is not a problem at all. It's just hitting more damage on my face. I don't care about that in the slightest. 18 health is plenty of health. Water Elemental can't play it, unfortunately. I gotta do this. Gotta do that. Oh man, do I throw this pig away against player on concentration? Yes. And I'm at the point now where I have to play the Suze. Can't keep waiting for True Silver Champion, and I can't keep playing around consecration. So it's close. I mean, it's 4 cards to 6. I'm a little bit ahead on cards. My hero ability keeps his cards in check. He does have the consecration. So of course I play the Ooze right before he consecrates. Luckily though, I kept this thing alive, so it'll kill Recruit or damage the Dwarf or whatever. Does he have any more cards? Please don't have any more cards? Okay, he has no more cards. Good. So what we do here is the following. The Wolf Rider will kill the Dark Iron Dwarf and play 1 creature. I'm going to play the Elemental. It's just the hardest one to kill, and I will just go ahead and pop that guy off. I'm greedy. So it's 3 cards to 3. I can ping away his recruits. I might regret not playing Mirror Entity, but he was playing pretty small stuff, so I just don't think he would have given me anything good off that Mirror Entity. Now I've got this overpowered thing. And another good 4-drop coming up. So one of these 3 cards needs to be something big or good. And I still have... I used my Azure Drake, used my Argent Commander. I still have Archmage up here. Cone of Cold could also be very strong. And I think I have a second Flame Strike. Oh, of course he plays a 5/6 that heals him for 6. Oh, of course he does! God, Jesus! Jesus, ballsack Christ. Alright. Do we Cone of Cold here? Let's see. I do this. No, I'm going to play Mirror Entity in case he has another big card. I'm going to ping off the Recruit, and I'm actually going to do this. The Water Elemental freezes this thing, which is really good, and then I can use the Elemental to kill this thing off. So I'm trading my 4-drop for his, 7-drop, because that's fair, right? Alright, does he have another big card, or is he going to play something tiny and punish me for my Mirror Entity now? Well, this is the card he just top-decked. So Dark Scale Healer, perfect. So while that does heal this up, it's not perfect. It gives me a 4/5 for 3 mana. So I got a Chillwind Yeti for 3 mana. And what I can do now is I can Cone of Cold. Yes, I'm gonna Cone of Cold here. Boom. And do I go for the race? What is this? 4, 8, 11, 12, 15. Have I used my Fireball already? I have already. Have I used my Fireball? No, I don't think I've used my Fireball. It's still in here. Oh god, I really hope I'm right about that. Well, I'm not going to do anything crazy like Frostbolt his face, but I will ping him. Save that Frostbolt. And if I can attack with these, I do win. This is 11 damage, so he needs to have something to stand in my way or some kind of removal. And Paladins are not the best at removing 5-toughness guys. Well, there's a Sunwalker. So I could use a Flame Strike here really nicely. Oh, I guess, whoa, Jesus. Yeah. Well, let's do what we gotta do.
Ready for this?
So we do this. We can kill that guy now. We can ping off the Divine Shield. We can freeze that thing. Kill that thing. Want to damage myself killing the Sunwalker? Why not, right? I've got these two 1-toughness creatures. They'll die to the 1/1, but the other one will live. It'll have to eat the 2/3, so this Archmage now can get through for some damage. But he's got 2 cards, which is scary, because those 2 cards could be more taunt or big stuff. This is a 4/7, though. I mean, that's difficult to deal with for a Paladin, especially. I think I still have a Fireball in here, don't I? Lesson of Kings is interesting. I can take this down to 1 health. Oh, he's going for the face! I see. So he's like, okay, you need to kill my thing. That was very savvy play by my opponent. He knows, of course, it's risky letting a mage, you know, keep this alive. But he went for his outs, which is now, if I didn't get a thing that dealt damage, I would have had to throw everything at this. Anyway, Defender of Arcus is a really good top deck, so what I can do here is just ignore that Sunbury Protector and kill him. Quite fortunate. Quite fortunate indeed. That was a good top deck, but I think that was a good game all around. And note, I did draw 2 more cards. There was that one turn where I could have played a Mirror Entity and gotten a 5/6. That might have made the difference. But it's okay. I think my deck was just a little bit better than his, and our draws were approximately equal on the lucky scale. I mean, yes, I got that top deck at the end, but he got that one move where he played a Sunwalker and a Sunfury Protector. I mean, that's pretty solid. Good thing I took that Archmage. That really helped with the spell damage, Frostbolt, killing the thing. Jazz8382, man, I'm glad I'm not playing Warrior, because being a Mage against a Paladin is great. Being a Warrior against a Paladin sucks the monkey dick. Keep our 3-drop, mulligan the rest. And get a pretty mediocre hand. Now, this hand could be good if he either plays something like on turn 1 to kill with my hero ability, or like a Loot Hoarder or something.
Protects me.
Or if he,
Hello.
gives me something to kill with a Frostbolt. I could coin into pinging this. Is that worth it? This is basically like using the coin for a damage. I think that is worth it. So my coin is kind of like a Moonfire in equivalent effect. I think that's actually worth it. I don't really need the coin anywhere else. I've got 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's fine. So he is getting a little bit ahead here on the board, but I have Cone of Cold that'll mop this thing up eventually. So Scarlet Crusader is not impressive when he's got a recruit sitting out there, but that's life. He gets to ping off my Divine Shield for free. Still, it's killing a recruit and maybe something else. And Violent Teacher is a very good draw. Now he went to Papa Boris University, clearly, where he says, I don't care if you spend your entire turn killing this Wolf Rider, that's worth it. And I'm not going to take that bait. In fact, well, I could play my own Wolf Rider to kill it, but that's silly. I could just ping it and keep the Wolf Rider. I'm going to play the Scarlet Crusader. Currently, the Scarlet Crusader will trade against both of his minions, and it seems like he's playing aggro with an Argent Squire and the Wolf Rider there. He's really trying to get tempo, so it seems to me like he's desperate to keep a creature on the field at any cost. Now, granted, Paladins always desperately want to keep a creature on the field at any cost, so it's not necessarily that he's got an aggro deck. He might have just gotten, you know, his early drops, and, you know, really wants to keep things on. Man, if I had Mana Worm here, that would have been really strong. I can play Violet Teacher, which is a good drop, but he's going to have something on the board when I drop Violet Teacher, which is annoying. Morgan, well, that'll die to my Scarlet Crusader unless he trades both of his other cards for it. In that case, I could Frostbolt it, but I don't really want to do that. Oh, jeez, what is this? Garbage. He's actually going for the face, wow. Wowza, schlauza. Alright, here's the plan, guys. This. Kill this board, pop the Divine Shield, and I'm just going to pop my Divine Shield, push it away. So he went for broke there, and he got broke because, look, he's got 4 cards to my 7 now. And I've only at 21 health. He's going to need to have godlike cards to get here, to make it the rest of the way. By the way, Raging Worgen and then putting Divine Shield on it, that is definitely a non-bow. Because that, then the Worgen can't get Wind Furied. It's very strange. We'll do this. We'll do this. And then a new Scarlet Crusader will come to take the place of her ally. So again, 7 cards to 4. He's going to have to prove his case. I can deal 7 Divine Shield damage next turn. So I'll kill a Boulder for Stoker if he wants me to. I'm going to play an Outdoor Peacekeeper. That's definitely a move of desperation, if I ever saw one. Alright, that prevents me from clearing the board. I could Frostbolt and Ping, but then I can't do anything else. Ah, Fairy Dragon, okay. It's not worth it? No. We're gonna let a Paladin keep a creature here. I'm gonna do this. Frostbolt this thing off.
I'm ready to
I'll swing it in space. I don't see any reason to pop the shield prematurely. So now I'm gonna get even further ahead on cards because all my spells are giving me 1/1s. This is just an epic beatdown of the ages. Consecration is unimpressive. It kills a student and pops a Divine Shield. It's really not that helpful at all. You can use the Wolf now to kill the Scarlet Crusader, or buff the Wolf and kill the Violet Teacher. I'm not really bothered by what he does. Blessing Light is going to kill the Violet Teacher, it seems. Fair enough. No, he's going for the face. Okay, that's actually a sensible move. That's actually a sensible move because, you know, you got to play to your outs in a situation like this. What I'm going to do is play a Wolf Rider. Kill the wolf, play Fairy Dragon, and Ping to kill the recruit. Down to 2 cards now. I'm 14 health. I mean, it's possible that I could lose. For example, if he has a True Silver Champion, that'll be 8 damage if I don't get any taunts, let's say. Okay, yeah. So that's 8 damage. I'm at 6 health. And, yeah, I might lose then to another True Silver Champion or something if I can't kill him fast enough. Yeah, so he's playing to his outs, which is to burn me out, and that's totally fair. So if he has like a Reckless Rocketeer, he could do very well for himself. Let's do this. I'm gonna play the maximum amount of cards that I can on the field. I can actually lose this game. This is a little bit embarrassing if I were to lose this. I don't think my opponent played correctly. He, I mean, really risked a lot going for it as he did and went way behind on cards. Now, if I gotta watch Flame Strike, will damage all my minions. He can get it down to 6 health. 2 cards, it's possible. I mean, Leroy Jenkins will win him the game right now. Reckless Rocketeer plus 1 more damage will win him the game. So 20 health. I'm dealing 9, 13, 17 damage. So the healing actually is very relevant. It's stopping me from killing him next turn. Unless, of course, I can get a Fireball. Alright, heals up. Goes for broke. What does he have? This is the kind of situation where reach is important. You need to have reach in your decks if you're going to get into situations like this. The Faceless Manipulator to copy a Fairy Dragon, which is underwhelming to say the least. And he makes a recruit.
Reporting for duty.
Alright. Well, Frost Nova would actually... that's dumb. I don't want to do that. We'll do this. I'm just going to do that. And that. And I'm just going to play the most expensive thing I have. So now he needs the Reckless Rocketeer, Blessing of Might combo, or Leroy Jenkins, and he'll win. But notice my lack of taunt is really dramatically reducing the amount of security I have in this victory, because there are a number of combinations that will let him win. True Silver Champion plus a charge creature, for example. Blood Knight is not one of the cards that will win him the game, because it doesn't do anything. It just sits there like an idiot. And then what's his last card? A win for your happy. That's not going to do it. So, I win. But he could have definitely won, given the right deck. I'm not going to Badman or Fireball him. Just kill him with 2 creatures. And call it a dippity-doozle, dappity-dazzle day. Yaz 8382 goes down to the frown, upside down. Merry-go-round. Ooh, Golden Polymorph. That's going into decks. I was actually trying to do... I had one of those... win 5 games with a Hunter or Mage quest, and it was so bizarre. I could not win a game to save my life. I mean, I eventually beat that quest, but my Hunter and my Mage decks are awful, apparently. I have a good priest deck that my girlfriend invented, which actually is quite strong and fun to play. I think I have a pretty good Druid deck. I have a Shaman and Rogue deck that are alright, but I really prefer to beat my quests in the arena if I can, because I realized playing yesterday like at rank like 18 or something, I just couldn't win games. So I'm pretty bad at designing decks, apparently, because I could have any card I wanted now. It just... well, it's not exactly true. There are some cards I'm still not crafting that I would use, like I'd use Leroy Jenkins or something if I had him. But I'm not going to craft him just in case I find him. I don't want to lose that 1200 dust. We have an Ooze, which is unfortunate because against a warrior, you just can't play it on turn 2. If you play an Ooze on turn 2 against a warrior, you are crazy. Because he'll just play a Fiery War Axe and kill your Ooze, or he'll play an Arathi Weaponsmith. I mean, Arathi Weaponsmith. Make you regret it. Novice Engineer, though, that's a good find. That'll give me a card and put a little body on the board. Pass the turn, buddy. Nope, 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 nope. Maybe he's got a loot hoard and he's wondering whether to coin it out. Or maybe he's got like a one toughness creature and he doesn't know whether to play it. He chooses not to play it. Alright, well, we play Novice Engineer here. Now, if this were a Fairy Dragon, I would have played that. Let's learn from our mistakes here. I would have totally played it if it were a Fairy Dragon. If this were a Fairy Dragon, I would have played it over the Engineer. Because I don't need the card right now, and the body can make a difference to make trades more likely. Okay, he's going to play a 3-drop. Hopefully it's one that will die to a Frostbolt. It is... it is one that will die to Frostbolt, but it will draw a card in the process. I'm going to do it anyway. Can't always do what's good. Sometimes you have to do what's least bad. So he goes up a card with this, but I went up a card with the Novice Engineer. Yeah. If I played the Razorfen Hunter, he would have actually gotten up 2 cards. He would have killed the Novice Engineer and at least another thing. I don't know. Maybe it would have been worth the tempo to have a 2-3 on the board, but I judged that since he used his coin, it was better just to suck it up and play the thing. Okay, so now any spell he casts will kill the Novice Engineer for free. Do I play... Oh, okay. I was going to wonder whether to play the Water Elemental or the Violet Teacher. The Violet Teacher gives students... The Water Elemental can freeze them, stop freezing weapons, but this is clearly the best. Pyromancer.
You're sure?
It's got 7 cards. I learned in my last run that you can hover over it and it'll tell you how many cards they have. But you can't hover over your thing to see how many cards you have, so what's up with that, Hearthstone? Alright, he plays a good card here. Defender of Argus will allow me to kill it, although I'd have to use both my minions to do so. That seems underwhelming. I'm not playing any minions anytime soon, so let's actually go for the Water Elemental this time.
If you're sure.
Get some damage through. So let's see how good of a turn he can have. I mean, if he plays a spell, like 2 spells or something, Slam Execute, gets a bunch of 1/1s, that would be pretty solid. I don't have a good board for dealing with that. He has a Slam. Oh my god. Does he actually have Slam Execute? That would just be approximately the worst thing ever. He's hovering over a card. He actually had Slam Execute. Well, either way, the Violet Teacher or the Water Elemental, I bet he would have done it regardless. That was annoying. Well, we're waiting on Flame Strike now. That would be a good name for the musical, Waiting on Flame Strike. Alright, this sucks. So that guy's dead. I just like fell way behind here. Just like way behind. Alright, Mirror Entity, you're gonna have to catch me up, bro.
Don't mess with us.
If you're sure.
My opponent will hopefully play a big creature of some kind, or at least be discouraged from playing a big creature. And then I can maybe catch up a little bit. I also have still... Okay, so he just checked for Vaporized Ice Armor. He knows it's not that, so now he knows it's probably Mirror Entity. So he's going to try to play the weakest minion in his hand, which is a Sunfury Protector. Giving me a Sunfury Protector rather lamely. Ah, Jesus. Wow, for a warrior being a little bit behind, I would say, in a mage matchup without weapons. He's not played a single weapon. He has done a remarkable job just with minions and spells. And having the tempo all game. So a Flame Strike, by the way, and I'll catch up immediately. If I Flame Strike, it clears his board. He's got then 5 cards to my 4, so like I'm totally fine because I have a card on the board. So I need a Flame Strike. Please? Nope. Chill Wind Yeti. Let's do this. Kill that. You know, now whatever I play dies to the best 2-drop in the game. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna cross over, play an Ooze. So he hasn't played any weapons so far. Most people don't play around Ooze, so I'm guessing he just doesn't have any. We're gonna use this or this to try to kill off this Berserker and then play, you know, 2 4-drops on turn 8. There's a Falcon Berserker, which is annoying. Now I have to use to kill the Berserker. FYI, a Flame Strike and I'm still fine. If I could just get it. Nope. Okay, great. Awesome, thanks game. Alright, let's do the following. I play Violet Teacher.
Pay attention,
I play Defender of Argus here. There's no point Defender of Argusing this, because what this is doing is killing the Berserker. Now this. Oh no, I messed up! Oh god, I screwed up. Oh jeez. I should have attacked the Berserker first. So that my Ooze would have lived. It would have lived with 1 health. And an almost dead creature is better than an already dead creature, especially in a game where it's this close and I'm actually a little bit behind. That could cost me. Crap. Oh, jeez. That was bad. That could cost me the game. Well, anyway, he you know, won the opening and the mid game for sure. So I was playing catch up anyway. Next turn I can play both of these, but he's got 5 cards, which is a lot of cards. Of course, he has an Arcanite Reaper after I've already dropped my Ooze. I mean, the Ooze did good things. I'm glad I had it.
My blade be thirsty.
Frothing Berserker. Oh no. Well, this is over. I needed that Ooze to be around here. The Ooze would have then killed the Sunfire Protector instead. The Sunfire Protector gets to live. It's awesome.
Squire, attend.
My stuff is worth more to me than hitting that gold ability. This guy, of course, is 7-4 now, so he can kill one of my Yeti. Ah, jeez. This is just ridiculous. This game did not go well at all. Alright, so he's got the Whirlwind to advance the Frothing Berserker to great heights. Stampede and Kodo to kill the Squire, just for He had 18, 19 damage he could have dealt me. Looks like he'll be content to deal 16 damage. You know, a 3-mana creature seems totally fine. Still can't find a friggin' Flame Strike.
My seal for Argus. To battle.
This thing should be dead. I should. Oh, man, if this thing were dead, that would make a really big difference. I'd have more health. And oh, he's gonna play Battle Rage now. After Bad Manner, my thanks. I mean, no, I guess not. I'm going to silence this. Stampede Kodo number 2 comes down.
You gotta be kidding me!
Well, a little bit out of my league here, although a Flame Strike would still win me the game or catch me back up. Ah, man, I couldn't get a Flame Strike to save my life. Alright, Frostbolt's interesting. Spell damage. I could obviously kill the Kodo, but do I want to kill the Kodo? What I could do is I could freeze the Mercenary. Well, this is definitely happening.
Or die.
Kill the Kodo or freeze the Mercenary. What's better? I think killing the Kodo makes a lot more sense. The Vengeful Mercenary runs into the Crusader and is at 2 health, which is maddening because I can only deal 1 damage. But maybe I'll get Flame Strike finally, and I can kill the Vengeful Mercenary or whatever other 1 minion instead. Arcane Explosion would do the job as well.
We must cleanse the sun.
That's not gonna save it from Flame Strike. I need a Flame Strike right now. Are you goddamned kidding me? Well, I have to now. Am I gonna get hit for 8 damage? Yeah, you know what? When you're behind, gotta take risks. I'm gonna let him get me down to 3 health, and then at that point, anything wins me the game. But if I threw this away, I would have no chance of winning at all. So I have 2 Flame Strikes. They were both in the bottom half of my deck. That's 1 in 4 chance. Less than 1 in 4 because we're like actually less than halfway through, or have less than half the deck left over. So it's remarkably unlucky that I just did not ever get a Flame Strike. Now, he's going to finish that off with getting extra damage through, because that would have put me down to 1 health, so he seems to be actually afraid of me any sort of leeway at all. Water Elemental, overpowered though it may be, is not helpful here, because I needed Flame Strike, but it didn't happen. Now he needs any point of damage, any sort of buff,
well played,
or anything, and it's over. What does he have? Armor up. Okay. Why would you armor up here?
I'm ready.
Oh, the Mage. All right. And okay, so he doesn't actually have the kill right now. He just thinks he'll have it next turn. Arcane Explosion. Well, we do this. Ping this. So pretty much anything he draws that deals damage at any point wins him the game on the spot. If I'm allowed to hit him, then weapons will not kill me because he'll be frozen. Armor's up again.
Your
There's a
magic
Spellbreaker. Oh no! So I can't freeze him anymore. That's sad. We get MVP Mana Worm. That could have been a Dark Iron Dwarf. It would have been pretty much better. Alright. Well, I almost can't win this game. If I had played correctly and I killed his Frothing Berserker with my Ooze before letting the Frothing Berserker get buffed, he would have lost a creature earlier on, and I might have actually been able to win this. As it is, my odds of winning are non-zero, but it's likely that he has some kind of reach card somewhere in his deck. I'll actually just draw it. I mean, there's not much deck left.
Well played.
Says well played. Okay. We don't get to cry top decks on this one, because, I mean, this has been a long time running. Okay. So I have to kill the Sunwalker now. I don't have any polymorphs here. Scarlet Crusader. So many Divine Shields. So we can ping off the Divine Shield.
Victory!
Boom and boom. Hanging on in there till he draws a weapon or a charge creature.
Sorry that happened.
He says sorry, but there's no need to say sorry because, again, this lasted for a very, very, very long time. So if there was any card at all, he would have already won. And then he gets a charge creature and wins. We'll give him a well played. See, that mistake it cost me. I mean, the extra damage I took, that alone from that 2 javelins up there could have maybe let me live. Not to mention the resources that I ended up spending to kill it in the end. Alright, well, that was sad. Possibly a misplay cost me that game. So I think the deck is still strong. I mean, we won 4 very easy games. Well, one game the Paladin got us kind of low, but he would have had to get lucky to win. And he didn't get lucky. We won 4 pretty easy games. Lost one possibly to a misplay. We're up against a Druid.
Jaina versus Malfurion.
Alright.
I must protect.
Druids are annoying because mages you sometimes like to win with burning the opponent out. And druids make that more difficult, but they also impact the board. So you don't have the advantage there either. Oh, fuck you, Flame Strike. Showed up in the opening hand of the next game. Man, if I had gotten a Flame Strike, I probably would have won. Frickin' Flame Strike. Well, anyway, I'm glad I got 2 of them, that's for sure. That's a no-brainer. Alright, please just pass your turn. Thank you. Muchly. Horn Wallace. Now, hopefully he plays something that just dies to Frostbolt. I can do that on turn 3, hit him in the face, and move on with my life.
I wonder.
He elects to play a 3-drop. What shall it be? A Demolisher. What it shall be. Well, Frostbolt doesn't really kill it, so I have to do this, which is annoying. Now I can shapeshift to kill my Fairy Dragon. However, it is worth noting that that would be his entire turn, then I get to play a really good creature, the Violet Teacher. That rhymes, a really good creature, the Violet Teacher. And I'm in the lead out, so no point. Because I got up ahead killing a card of his. And I got him to spend the coin. So I'd say he had a pretty slow start, and while my start was not explosive, it was good enough to take advantage of his. He's got 7 cards to my 6, soon to be 7, and I've got a creature on the board already. What could catch him up? Well, if he got a Druid of the Claw next turn, that would definitely catch him up. Novice Engineer, however, does not impress me. Ian is the selectist. I would have liked for him to give me a real target for Frostbolt so I could use it and get a student and buff it up with Defender of Argus, but he didn't. In fact, I'm not even going to play the Defender of Argus now, since I drew a really good 3-drop there. I wish this were a Water Elemental so I'd be freezing him, stopping him from shapeshifting, but I have not gotten either of my 2 overpowered Water Elementals. Do have a lot of board presence here. I'm pretty safe from Swipe. Actually, Swipe can't even really kill anything until he gets his 6th mana, so he can shapeshift to follow up on it. Safe from Starfall. Ezra's looking good.
What?
I don't even know what to say. It's looking good. So Ben Creeper is a strictly worse Druid of the Claw, which I'm pretty happy to see. And Fireball is a pretty good answer to it, so we're just going to do that.
I'm ready to.
At this point, he can swipe.
ready.
and then Shapeshift to finish off the Violet Teacher. Now, I could have played around that by playing Defender of Argus. Actually, I don't know how I would have played around that, to be honest with you. The point is, this thing will still be alive, and then I can play the Archmage afterwards and still be doing fine. He's got 8 cards, though, which is a little scary. He'll have 7 after the swipe. I'll also have 7, so that's fine.
What to do?
Roxanne. Kind of like Roxanne, but not quite. Interesting. So he doesn't have a swipe. If he had a swipe, that's what he would have played, because board clear is more important than card advantage. He did get card advantage from what he chose to do, but... Oh, man. Water Elemental. Is that worth playing over an Archmage? No, it really isn't. Let's just play the Archmage. Druids just can't kill this thing for beans. Now my Frostbolt deals more damage. The Flame Strike deals more damage, which might be relevant if he played something like, say, Stranglethorn Tiger. Even it would help for Druid of the Claw, meaning I only have to throw one of my 1/1s away to finish it off. That's just a good card here. And then I can play the Elemental and the Defender of Argus next turn. If I'm not Flame Striking, that is to say. Got some burn here, 4 damage there, so it's kind of 11 health. So this is 4, 8, 9, 11, 12. I can't quite kill him. 13.
Engaging TC
Mind control attack.
mental dislocation.
And he gives me the bad-mannered thanks after 1 and 4 stealing my Archmage. That was obnoxious. Does he actually have a swipe for this now? He has a Wrath for it. Okay. Oh my god. And the spell damage is hugely relevant. It lets him do the 2 damage and draw a card. Oh my mother. Fucking god. Okay, what do we do here? I think this is the time to play a Mana Worm. Defender of Argus.
My shield for Argus.
I shall do as you say.
Frost Nova. He doesn't have any swipes or Starfalls, because if he does, I lose the game. But as long as he doesn't have those 2 particular cards in his hand of 9, I got the kill here. I'm gonna put Mark of the Wild on that to give it 9 health a ton. That is a little bit difficult to get past. But I'm okay with it as long as he doesn't have Swipe or Starfall. He has Bite. I'm okay with that. So that does give him life gain, which is annoying, and the taunt here is annoying. But with 9 cards, he was pretty bound to have something. The fact that he didn't have board clear is very good. Now Savagery will let him kill my Mana Worm, which is that's real bad. The fact that he got to kill the Mana Worm for 1 mana, I was going to use the Mana Worm after Flame Strike and Frostbolt to get past this thing. Well, we're gonna Flame Strike anyway. Do the best we can. Am I gonna Wild Pyromancer Flame Strike? It doesn't really achieve much, actually, so we're just gonna Flame Strike. This. And do I Frostbolt this thing, or do I just ping it and throw my creatures at it? I think it makes much more sense to Frost... Actually, yeah, here's the thing. That Frostbolt's not going in his face. We're going to throw away the Taunter or the guy with the extra health. I think the extra health is more relevant. The problem now is I'm low on cards. He's got 7 cards to my 3, and all I have is a 2/3. And the Water Elemental is great, but he's got the first play, and he Shapeshift counters my Fire Blasting. I've already used my 1 Fireball. I'm actually going to lose this game. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose this game because he Mind Control attacked and stole an Archmage. That's it. I don't have any answer for that. And he even gave me a bad-mannered thanks after taking the Archmage. So Roxanne the Druid, I hope I play you again. I hope I beat you. I hope your car gets a flat tire. I hope you drop a Cheeto on the floor and step on it and it cuts your toe. You are a jerk, sir. You are a jerk. Well, 4-2 after a very promising start. I still think this deck is going to make it to 7, because, I mean, 1 game I lost to my own misplay, and that game I lost to grade A prime level bullshit. And we're up against a Warlock here. Piru the Warlock. Very well.
Soul shall be mine.
Opening hand does not inspire 1, but that Mana Worm changes everything. I'll keep the Violet Teacher because it's a really strong 4-drop. regret it instantly because I got nothing else good, but still the Mana Worm might hold me a fort here, or a fort, hold me
The light
afloat.
protects
That's
me.
what I was looking for, afloat. Okay, the Argent Squire gives me something to do. I will attack it with my Mana Worm and ping it to kill it, hopefully. Let's hope there are no Soul Fires. Indeed, there are not. Novice Engineer, eh? I want to play it, but it just doesn't really work very well. I could coin Frost Nova to pump this up to be a 3/3 and hit him in the face. Then on turn 3, what am I doing? Nothing? That seems... I could just waste the coin just to buff this and kill the Fairy Dragon with it. Okay, let's do
I
this.
hope you like my invention.
I don't think I have any 1-mana spells. Actually, do I really... You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to pop that Divine Shield off and call it a day. Whatever. The Fairy Dragon gets to kill the Mana Worm. Fine. I'm not going to waste the coin just to kill the Fairy Dragon when I can use the coin productively to play a Violet Teacher. So he silences the Mana Worm, which is pretty irrelevant. I guess he's just putting a creature down for the sake of putting down a creature. Is what's happening there. Is that? Oh, he's going for the face. Okay. So the face, that's an interesting choice. I'm not sure I agree with that. Do I coin for a Premature Defender of Argus? Or do I play the Violet Teacher? Do I go big or do I go home? I'm gonna go big.
Pay attention,
And just
class.
use this to kill the owl. So if I have enough health and he's low enough on cards, I feel like his little zoo thing that he's doing isn't really going to work very well. Mirror Entity's mostly a dead card, but if I'm lucky I'll get to play it while this is still on the field, so I get a 1/1 out of it. There's a Harvest Golem, which is NBD. That stands for no big deal. Alright, Frostbolt's a pretty good top deck. So what I can do here is this. I'm going to ping this guy. Frostbolt this Golem.
I'm ready to
One. And I'm not going to get greedy. We'll do this. So now you can use Golem to kill my Violet Teacher. But look, it is 5 cards to 3. He can life tap, but he's spending mana for that. And I've got some decent plays. Like I can do Defender of Argus on the Student, and then I can also play an Archmage's turn after that.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
It's fun. I can Fireball that. Also Frostbolt that. Yeah, let's save the Fireball for something else. In fact, why don't I play Mirror Entity here? This is a little bit risky, because basically now what I'm doing is I'm committing the Defender of Argus Student to kill the Frostwolf Warlord next turn, plus if he has heals, that would all get screwed up. But since he played a Frostwolf Warlord, maybe he does have big cards in his deck. And would like to give me one, or at the very least it'll stop him from playing one.
My shield for Argus.
So he buffs that up, gives me a 2/3, which isn't the
My
greatest
shield
thing ever.
for Argus.
But it will kill his Frostwolf Warlord. And that's good enough for me, so we'll do this.
My shield for Argus.
Actually, hang on. The right way is like this.
as you say.
That way I don't lose my creatures. He's got 4 cards. He can life tap to have 5. I've already got 6, so I'm in a thundering lead here. As once I can drop my Archmage, I'll be in really good shape. We'll see if he affords me the opportunity to do so. Hellfire looks promising. He goes up a card for that, and he goes up another card. So he actually equalized on cards, but at the expense of giving me the play to do what I wish with. Now, if he has a Siphon Soul, he might actually win the game, because then he'd kill my creature and gain life. And I wouldn't have much, and then he could also life tap and get further ahead on cards. But if he doesn't have that one particular card, Siphon Soul, I'm in good shape. Okay, good, he doesn't have it. There's one game where I was like, well, as long as he doesn't have a Siphon Soul, I'm good. And then he had 2 Siphon Souls in a row. He decides not to life tap. That's probably a mistake. He really should have life tapped there. I could Cone of Cold to freeze this Drake. I don't want to trigger this Pyromancer, so yeah, we will actually Cone of Cold. Play the Pyromancer. Ling-a-ling-ling. I could have Arcane Explosion with the Pyromancer's help. That would have actually killed the Twilight Drake, but I judged that it was more valuable to just have this frozen and keep my options open for future rounds. Now, I've got 7 damage here, plus 7 is 14 damage, so actually he is pretty close to dead. Gets a Ragnaros. Alright. Please just do not hit my Archmage. Okay. Well, now it's a 50-50. My Archmage, please. You hit my Archmage. Oh my god. I might have to pay for my decision to not use Arcane Explosion last turn. So now I'm spending my entire goddamn turn killing Ragnaros. And he's got 3 cards to my 2, soon to be 3. One of my cards, though, was a Frost Nova, which is just tempo, but it's going to go down a card. So, wow. I had him on the brink. I chose not to play Arcane Explosion, which would have let me kill off his Twilight Drake. He had a Rag, which killed my guy. And then he has a Doom Guard. Oh my god. This is insane. This was the best deck that I've ever sucked with. For sure. Okay, we're gonna make a little bit of a tech play here. I'm gonna Frost Nova, Call Crusader, and Flame Strike. Now, why am I doing it this way? Well, what I'm doing here is I'm putting a creature on the field and then playing Flame Strike, as opposed to playing Flame Strike, having this still be alive, and then playing a creature, whereupon his guy can actually pop the Divine Shield off my Crusader. Plus, I do need to guard my life total a little bit, since I'm at 9, and then this thing's hitting me for 5 would have been pretty bad. Alright, he gets one of those, which is unfortunate. I can clear his board with Flame Strike still, but I'm down pretty low. Luckily, at least I got the Flame Strike. Like, let's counter blessings. So we have to ping off the Divine Shield. I can't play the Razor Twin Hunter, sadly. And I do need to throw this out. And if he'd been life tapping more earlier, he'd be like at 14 or at 12, but he'd have much more card advantage. He could actually beat me much more easily. So he made a mistake, not life tapping enough. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Google Warrior with Power Overwhelming, is that what's gonna happen? Soulfire? Okay. Alright, well, I still think that was a good deck. I think like a dump truck full of bullshit just happened to kind of sidle on by me on the road and dump its contents upon me. Granted, one loss was mine, the other 2 were just junk. Mind Control Tech and Ragnaros, and I just didn't quite have the right cards to stop him. If that Fireball had been a Polymorph, I could have taken out Ragnaros more easily, and then I would have been okay. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe. 25 dust is helpful. 60 gold is not bad for 4 wins. Give me a legendary. That's all I care about. Yeah, just another garbage pack. Straight to the dump. Hump-a-lump lump. So, cranking out that dust. What did I get here? Ah, yes, that's right, the Golden Polymorph, my first one, and a sneak peek at our next arena reveals. Priest, Paladin, or Shaman. Well, I didn't have to make a part 3 after all. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you again soon.